Good morning. It is Thursday, December 4th. We're getting close to the new year. So we're looking at today what we have on the economic calendar first. Today we have initial jobless claims at 8:30, continuing jobless claims. This is going to be something we're really watching out for. The estimates are 219,000. And we also have some bill auctions going on, natural gas storage, a couple of Feds talking today as well after the afternoon past new today. So let's take a look also at the economic calendar. Let's take a look at what news is out here. Okay. Big deals in initial jobs claims, of course. Salesforce, they left their guidance, and we'll take a look at that equity. But futures aren't looking too good. They waver. They're starting to go up a little bit right now, but they waver a little bit. There's a lot going on in anticipation of what's coming up. I'm going to go back to the economic calendar for that. Next week, and also PCE, we have coming up tomorrow to end the week in December the 5th. Now, big deal coming up next week. Next week, we have the Fed rate decision coming out. And so that's going to be on, I believe, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, we're going to have the Fed's rate decision and the conference talk and all that kind of stuff. So there'll be at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Next week, the 10th, big deal. So a lot of the market has priced in the rate cuts, 25 basis points consensus now going into next week. So be mindful of that. There might be some plays today. Of course, the market's been moving up. I'll take a look at the markets and doing well on that side as far as like holding the line and not really selling off or going up, just kind of moved into that 25 basis point area so that they can see what's going to happen. Now, the belief is that there'll be a 25 basis point cut. That may not be the case. It may not be the case. If that happens, it'll shock the market. And that's what we'll look at. So back to the news. News we have here. Again, we talked about jobless claims, Salesforce, and we'll take a look at Salesforce. Had some good earnings, and then it has some good guidance coming out, a full year revenue, right? So we'll take a look at that. Again, let's see, what's the outlook here? They'll raise it by more than 2%, after hours trading. It went up on Salesforce. Gold is down. Oil is up. Now, I know the U.S. administration has been talking about getting oil prices down, but they're going up. So that may affect the prices at the pump as we head into the last part of this holiday season, Christmas and New Year's. And we're watching gold, see how far gold's gone down. That's pretty much the big headlines for the day. Bank of England launches stress tests of private equity. And that's been a big deal, right? Private equity, private credit has been wavering behind the scenes. Not a lot of talk about it, but there is some talk about it. So we'll watch out for that too, if there's any more news on that. And of course, the dollar, it's been really dropping over the past couple of days, which would, inverse the stock market, inverse gold, those equities. But as the gold is pulled back, we'll see if the dollar is still pulling back. There's some questions about the economic outlook as far as recessionary indicators and things coming up as well. So let's take a look at some of those equities. We'll switch over to the charts and take a look there. And we'll see. Let's see how we're looking. Net off. All righty. So look at the charts. Now, this is ES right now. We are moving up here. This is a 4-hour. Just come out here a little bit. With my 15-minute time frame, we'll go to my 4-hour time frame and see exactly how we're moving. Now, overall, let's zoom out here. We had a break of this trend line up here. We broke back into a consolidation area where All-time highs is up here at 69,000 on ES. We're back in that zone. We're moving up, trending up into that area of consolidation. So this is bullish right now. We have broken this neckline here at 68, 66 even in pre-market. So I want to show you something where the market actually came down and retested the top of this trend line right here. We came down, tested this trend line and moved up. We came down and retested this one again in this area, and we moved back up. So that is very bullish. I think that we may move up and test out this area here at 68.92s, which means overall equities will move in that direction or in that basket of stocks. And that coincide with the S&P 500. And the S&P 500, the triple Qs always seem to trade together. If you see a difference between the two, a diversion from that mean, that's questionable. Of like there possibly will be a pull or a push in one direction from one or the other. Now we break up this. If we continue to break this line here, 68, 67, we're targeting again up here. That will be the next target upside at 68.94s. One ES. So let's take a look at the triple Qs. I'm going to go into that. And then for all direction, again, same thing here. Like I said, they kind of trade together. We got this trend line breakdown here. We've broken this trend line. That's a strategy. You break a trend line, whether up or down. This one is actually up. It's very bullish. And you could have went long here at 613s up to 623s now. We are on track to complete this level here at 625, 626 is we're getting close to testing that out, and that will complete this V from that level from the bounce down here. Okay. Now we were talking about breaking this area. There is a gap that is identified here, a little small one, right here, between 627 and 629. There's a small gap. So we go up here, we test this level. If we break this, we have this gap to fill to the upside to 630s. And we'll be really close to all-time highs on the market up here at 638 on the triple Q. So watch out for that this morning. A lot of equities, especially tech sector, they're holding up pretty well. And in anticipation of what's coming out next week. So we may get a rally into the end of the week. It looks like we've been rallying all this time. We may finish this rally up this week, going to the weekend very strong. And the outlook is that very volatile, a lot of volatility next week, considering the fact that we have the economic calendar coming out for Fed rate cut on Wednesday of next week. So let's take a look at CRM, Salesforce. Now, very strange here. CRM had this big spike. Guidance came out. They hit this target up here, 261. To soar all that off, while 20 points down. And we'll go into an intraday chart here, a little time frame of 15 minutes, right? After hours. And then, they're still up from the close here at 230, 238, 239s, but pulled down hard here. Right, and we're still pulling down. This is bearish, folks, right now. We're looking, the line you want to watch out for on Salesforce if you trade this is the closing line here at 238, 238.50s, which we're getting close to. So we'll see what the open looks like for this, if this will bounce and go up. There are a couple of other ones I want to look at. Just one other is Path. She popped up on the radar today. They had earnings. The earnings, of course, were good. After hours, this thing jumped from 14, touched 17, pulled back. We're at the half back point here, halfway point of this move at 1551s, bounced off of that. You want to watch out for a hold, not to go below 1594s on Path. Still holding that level in pre-market. We're up in pre-market, so we'll see what happens with Path today. On the small cap side, PLRS, I don't know the news on this one yet, but this thing is really moving up this morning. Looking pretty good on PLRS. Very clean moves up. This may run a lot higher today. We'll look at a higher time frame on this one, see where this may go. or not go. Let's see if this is I think this is a bag order chart, which means there's a lot of that's a bag order chart. Big gaps here, bag order chart, but it's moving up on some news. Let's check the news out on PLRS, and then see if there's any potential good catalysts as to why this equity is up. But there is a huge gap here. There was a split here, 1-to-6 split caused some of this, but still that gap is a gap. And so we'll look at trading at 19s from down here at 7s. That's a big move. We will look and see why. When was this split? November 25th. Sorry, November 28th was a split on PLRS. Let's see what I can pull up on some news here on this. It's popping up on my scanners while I'm doing this. PLRS, 140% after hours. Let's see what caused this. So they announced it's an Israel-based company that announced a preclinical test data showing its proprietary naloxone hydrogel adheres to nasal tissue longer than an approved intranasal naloxone spray currently on the market. Preclinical test. We'll see what phase. We'll talk about this in my Discord about how to play this. But you know, my Discord members, they know what this means. Big spike here. So again, nice big jump on this. Definitely a pre-market. We're at $19 on PLRS, but there are a couple of other ones in the basket from the watch list. But right now, this is with the outlook for the rest of the week. I'm Hank from SixFourTrading. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.